did it already, but now we're going to do it with variables too. Okay, translating word phrases into expressions. We did it with integers, but now we're going to do it with, well, we sort of kind of did it, but maybe just, I guess it's just for like a repeat. So I'm going to highlight the ones that like are probably the ones you might see or the ones that are most confusing. So if I say something like subtract a number from 14. Whenever you see the word a number, just remind you that means it's a variable. So subtract a number from 14. So is it 14 minus x, or is it x minus 14? So that's the question. Ooh, which one is it? Subtract a number from 14. So if I subtract 5 from 12, is it 5 minus 12 or 12 minus 5? Think of it that way, and then think about what would be. So subtract a number from 14, it's number 1. Subtract a number from 14. Subtract a number from 14. 14 had to come first. So the product of a number and 14 plus 1. The product of a number and 14 plus 1. So product means multiply. So the multiplication of a number and 14 plus 1. So multiplication of a number and 14, 14 be first because we're multiplying them, plus 1. The product of a number and 14 plus 1.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Would, on the test, so you wrote it 14n plus 1, but I wrote it 14 times, a number plus 1.
So like times a number plus 1, like that?
Yeah.
It should take it. It should be fine. It should be fine. I like that. It should take it 100%. And this is why she showed me the work and I see you got something wrong. This is what I do. I don't just look at your work and go, okay, there's all the work. I go through them all. So let's say you got something wrong, right? I did this in the last test. If you got something wrong, but I see that, you have it all right, well, I'll give you the credit back. So computers aren't perfect. So that's why I want to see your work, because then I can even get partial credit. Say you did a problem, you get everything right, but the very last step you forgot a negative. Well, why should you get the whole problem wrong? Right? I'll give you credit back. So that's why it's so important to show me your work so that I can give you the grade that you deserve. Okay. So if, let's say, Megan, that you did that and then marked it wrong, and I see that on your paper, well, guess what? I'm gonna go back and give you the credit back. Right? Okay. You guys don't realize showing your work is for your benefit because I can help you. One more. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here it is. I know I had it, can't find it. The difference of -4 times a number and 11. The difference of -4 times a number and 11. The difference of -4 times a number and 11. So the difference of -4 times a number and 11. The difference of -4 times a number and 11. How we do? Okay, so I have a copy of your test right in front of me. I printed out from online, and I want to go over maybe things that might be that you're going to see, 100% going to see, but maybe things that might be confusing. Okay, so I make a new page. This is all stuff that you'll need to know for your tests, and I'm just going to highlight the ones that I know a lot of students get wrong. All right, so test review. Okay, so make sure you know the difference between -3 squared and -3 squared. They are different answers. So let's talk about what they are. So this one, I'll start with this one. -3 squared says -3 multiplied 2 times. Agree? It's -3 times -3. That is not. But the first one is not 9. So see how it's not in parentheses? See that negative? I want you to think of it this way, as a -1 times 3 squared. That's what it really is. It's a -1 times 3 squared. The only thing that is being squared is the 3. That negative is going to be in the answer. So think of it this way. It's -1 times 3 times 3. That's really what that means. It's not -3 times -3. It's -1 times 3 times 3. So that would make -9. So parentheses, you take whatever's in parentheses and you multiply it by itself. Without parentheses, you really have that -1 times 3 multiplied by itself. See the difference between the two? It's really, really, really important. You're going to have order of operation problems. Okay, we're going to talk about integers. If you had to do less than, greater than in an integer problem. So let's look, let's say, I'll make up the problems. Let's say I make up -57 and -56. Okay, would the answer be less than or greater than? Which one is the bigger number? Which one is the smaller number? Now, negatives are always confusing because they're sort of kind of backwards, right? So the bigger number, and if you forget, try to think like in your mind or even draw a picture of a number line. So let's say I do -50. This would be -51, -52, -53, and just drew something to help you like remember, right? So guess what? -56 is going to be before -57. So -56 is the bigger number. So -57 is less than -56.
With negatives, I always tell myself which one's closer to 0.
Say it again.
With the negatives, I always tell myself, which one is closer to 0.
Exactly. Which one's closer to 0? Right. -56 is closer to 0. Exactly. Which one, like that? Which one is closer to 0? That's the bigger number. So just be careful of the negatives when you talk about inequalities. Okay, now, actually, this is going to help. This is a question that I know is on your homework. I know some people have trouble with this problem. So, is 2 a solution of 6 parentheses c minus 3 equals negative 6? Okay. And then it has a yes box and a no box. And I'm going to write what it says. Yes, because I'm going to have to erase this. I can't write that small. Okay, yes, because replacing 2 and simplifying both sides results in a box. And once you put something in the box, which equals the right side, or it will say no, the same kind of same thing as at the last part, same thing, which says which does not equal the right side. And there's a box here too. Same exact wording in the front. Okay, so what the heck are they asking you to do? Okay, so what they want you to do is to substitute 2 in for C, right? So I'll actually put a different color so you see it. So we're going to take 6, we're going to put 2 in for C, and we're going to simplify it. So I do the parentheses first. If I simplify that, I get 6 times negative 1. And if I simplify that, I get negative 6. So it had to equal negative 6. So does negative 6 equal negative 6? Yes, right? So my answer would be here. This one definitely is my answer, because replacing 2 and simplifying both sides results in negative 6, which equals the right side. So let's just say, I'm going to change my color again. Let's just say that the problem was 5 c minus 3 equals negative 6. So if I put 2 in, I get 5 times negative 1, right? Which is negative 5, which does not equal negative 6. So in that case, you would have said no, because replacing 2 and simplifying both sides results in negative 5, which does not equal the right side. That is a confusing problem, and I've had a couple of people ask me about it, so in your homework. But that's what it means. You plug in the number, you get your answer. Whoops, sorry. You get your answer. That answer goes in this box, and then it's yes if it's the same, and no it's not. Okay.
Positive 6 equals negative 6.
Positive 6 equals negative 6, and that would be no. And you would put 6 in that box. Does not equal the right side. It has to be exactly the same thing.
Right, but I'm just trying to figure out how you got negative 6.
Oh, because when you put 2, it's right here. When you simplify this part, 2 minus 3. So 3 minus 2 is 1, but 3 is bigger than 2 and 3 is negative. So it had to be negative 1. That's where this negative 1 came from. And 6 times negative 1 is negative 6.
Okay, see, that's where I get confused. Now we're back to doing the 6 times 2 and then 6 times negative 3.
Okay, now listen to me. Remember your order of operations. What do you do first? Parentheses. Do your parentheses. I know, because we just finished doing like distributed property, right? But now we're doing with numbers. Once you substitute it in, do your order of operations. Once you have all numbers, you got to follow order of operations. That makes sense? is keep remembering order of operations. I think you would have gotten the same answer anyway, but just stick with your order of operations and you should be fine. Let's look at just a reminder, this is just a reminder. If you have something like 16 minus 30, just remind you what this means. If 16 minus 30 is 30 minus 16 is 14, but 30 is negative, so it'd be negative 14. Just a reminder that the absolute value, just make sure everything is positive. You might see a couple absolute values on here. Now, let's do an equation. Something like this, you'll see in your test. 2n plus 44 is equal to 66, something like that. And it'll say solve the equation. Okay, so we're going to subtract one n on one side and our numbers on the other. We already have the n on the left, so I just need to move 44. So positive 44, I need to subtract 44 on both sides because I want the 44 to go away. So all I'm left with is 2n on the left. And if I subtract 66 from 44, I get 22. And now to get n by itself, 2 times n being multiplied, I divide 2 on both sides, and I get n is equal to 11. And then please do take the time to check your answer as well. Okay, so let's say you have a word problem and they want you to write what it represents. Something like, I'm gonna make it real short. You lost $2,000 in the stock market. How would I write that in an integer form? Well, if you lost money, it's not positive, right? It's negative. So what they're looking for is you to write negative 2,000. That's how you would represent that in an integer form. Let's say you gained 2,000. You gained 2,000 in the stock market. So let's say that it was gain instead of loss. Then you would put 2,000 instead of negative 2,000. Look at what I have left. Okay, do you remember 2? The difference between a number divided by 0 and 0 divided by a number. They mean different things. This one, you can never divide by 0. This one would be undefined. And this one would be 0. I got 1 minute. I probably have like 2 problems to show you. All right, let's say you have something like this. N over 3 is equal to negative 4. And it says solve. So how would I solve that? Now, this time, this really means n divided by 3. That's what it really means. So the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So I would take n over 3 equals negative 4. And the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So it's multiply both sides by negative 4 because our opposite operations, the 3 will go away and n is equal to negative 12. And again, you should definitely plug it in and just check to see you got it right. So let's say, it happens. I put 12, right? I forgot it was a negative. I put 12. When you put 12 back in, you're not going to get the right answer. So then you go back and you realize what you did wrong and you fix it. So definitely, you want to check that. Okay, now this one is a little tricky. I'm looking at the rest of it.
It's about an absolute value around 9 or
Yes.
-9.
Yeah. Let me make it real bold. I know it's my handwriting. Yes, it is absolute value on -9. Okay, so we work on the parentheses first. So negative. Now I need to do the absolute value first. What's the absolute value of -9? +9, right? So that absolute value becomes +9. So this becomes that. Then remember what negative means opposite. So, right? So what's the opposite of -9? Well, that means the answer would be 9. Or if you know it more as two negatives together make a positive, it would be 9, depending on which way you like to think of it as. And I think one more. I know it's like 22, so if you guys got to go, that's fine. Equation versus expression. Make sure you know what's what. An equation, and you actually see the word there. See that equal, you put an L there, equal, has the equal sign. Expression has no equal sign. That last problem we did, number 9, that's an expression. So I don't have equal to. When I solve, it's an equal to problem. Okay, there's 30 questions. You should have plenty of time. Some of them are very easy. Some of them are going to take a little longer, but that's okay. That's the top 10 things that I think you should look at. Anybody have any questions?
I'm confused about number 9.
Sure, absolutely.
I don't know if it's just the way that you wrote it and I'm just like not comprehending,
No, that's
but
right.
I'm very confused.
No, that's right. Let me do a different one. Anybody want to stay, you can stay. If you have a question for me, if I told you to stay after because I want to show you something, just hang on for a minute. Okay, so I know it is confusing. Negative, nope, I got that wrong. Negative of a negative absolute value of -5. So you have to work in parentheses first, but remember an absolute value is parentheses too. So when you have a parentheses inside of a parentheses, like you gotta do what's inside first. So first, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna write different colors. So negative comes down, the negative comes down, and then the absolute value of -5 is 5. So that, all I did was take this, all I did was simplify this, and that became 5. Notice these were just went down, and all I did was simplify the absolute value of -5.
Okay, but see, that makes sense. For some reason, I was confused as to why it was still a negative because the absolute value was positive. So
Right.
I see now, like I understand. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll finish it off for anybody who wants to see it again. It's a good problem. Okay, and then you have, I'm gonna write it by itself. Then you have this. So what is opposite a -5? That's one way to think about it. Or you can think about it and go, okay, well, I know 2 negatives are positive. Either way, the answer is gonna be 5. It's a good question. I'm glad I went over it. Anything else you want to talk about? Anybody who's still here? The person I told to stay left. Okay, yay. No, maybe you're here. Yay, yay. I didn't look. You're still here. Right, anything else?
Can we do one more problem with the little boxes again?
Greater than, less than, that thing?
The one where
Oh,
it's
no.
like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That one. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna add new page. I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay. So let's say, okay,
I'll be right back. I'm just running to the bathroom.
that's all right. You guys are on your time now. Like class is really over. So if you gotta do something, whatever. If you want to stay with me, that's awesome. If you gotta go, that's fine. If you gotta go and come back, that's fine. Decide whether the given number is a solution to this equation. Okay, that's like the directions. And then it says is 5 a solution. Actually, let's make it -5. A solution of -2 times x minus 3 equals -8. Okay. Then it gives you these little, like little circles, but I'll put a little box. So they give you a box. Okay, so either yes, I want to write the word because it's confusing. Because replacing, whoops, replacing -5. Oh, no, I did backwards. Replacing x with -5 and simplifying both sides results in blank, which equals the right side. Or it'll say, no, because replacing x with 5 and simplifying both sides. So all this is the same, results in blank. So this is the same thing, which does not equal the right side. A lot of words. So all it's asking you to do in this big, long, confusing thing they're trying to say is it a solution or not, basically. All right, so let's go back and change my color so it looks different. If I go back and I replace -5 with x, so I have -2 times. Now x comes out, -5 goes in. Forget about that -8, just simplify it. So -2 times -5 minus 3 is -8. If I multiply them, a negative times a negative is a positive, which is 16. Now, that does not equal -8, right? So the answer would be no. Because replacing x with -5 and simplifying both sides results in 16, which does not equal the right side, which means it does, we got 16, it doesn't equal -8. If it was -8, you would put yes, because replacing x with -5 and simplifying both sides results in -8, which equals the right side. So that's what it's asking. If that makes sense at all. It's a very confusing way to say something really simple. But I know that's one of the problems that you asked about, right? And it happened to be on the test. So I'm glad you asked about it. And then I'm sure you're going to help a lot of people clear up what the heck it's asking about. Yeah. Anything else?
thank you for that, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, I need to do more practice problems on the
Solving equations. Solving equations. And that Amanda, your voice cut out for a second. Just say it one more time. You want to do solid? You want to do
Yes.
solvents, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. So we're gonna add a page. Do some more practice problems. Okay. So I'm gonna model them off of the test problem. How's that? All right. So let's see. Solving equations. That's what we're doing. Solving equations. Okay. Well, I'll put blocks on this second. Okay, solving equations. I'm gonna model them off the test. Okay. So let's try this. Negative 2n plus 5 is equal to 9. Now, do you want to try them first? Or do you want me to talk through the whole thing? Which one do you want me to do?
Let me try it because when you walk me through it, it makes sense. But when I try it on my own, I get it wrong. And so.
Okay, try it. Try it. Yep. Anybody here want to try it? Try it. Try it. David, if you want to,
Yes.
you want to stay. If not, I can just
Yes,
send
well,
you.
I had a couple of questions about this, the Unit 2 quiz.
Okay, yeah, just stay. Definitely stay.
Well, I'm having fun doing.
Good. It is fun, isn't it? And listen, you guys ever have a question like after class? I don't mind staying after and helping you. So
Is it n equals 2?
almost
Negative
-2. Yeah,
Okay.
-2. Okay, so just for anybody who's here, we subtract 5. -2n equals 9 minus 5 is 4, but then you got to divide by -2. And then when you divide by -2, n is going to be -2. But Amanda, let's say you got 2, right? If you check your answer, let's say you check your answer, right? Which you should always do. So let's say you got 2. I'm going to put it in, right? So -2 times 2 is -4 plus 5, which is equal to 1. So you would know that something's wrong. And then you would go back and go, oh, wait, it's not 2, it's -2. So I put -2 in and I get +4, and now I get 9.
Can we do a longer one, like the really confusing ones that I just could not get to save my life?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Okay. I say it's a medium one. Try this one, and then I'll give you a longer one. We'll work our way up.
Okay, once I simplify it, I would get 6x equals 18x plus 60. So that's where I get confused. Would I
Okay, so you got 6x equals 18x plus 60. Perfect. Okay, now you need to get x on one side and your number on the other side. since you only have one number, see that 60?
Yeah.
Okay, keep that there. You want to keep
Okay.
that there. So then you want to move 18x to the other side.
Okay.
So how would you do that? How would you move 18x and make it go on this side? How would you get it on that side?
Would I divide it? No.
Not divide it.
Subtract.
Subtract it. So dividing, think of dividing versus subtracting. This is a difference. If you have 18x and I want to get x, I'm dividing. But if I have 18x plus or minus a number, right? I'm going to, if it's positive, I'm going to subtract it. If it's negative, I'm going to add it. See how I'm keeping them together as one unit? I'm not separating them. That's adding, subtracting. If I need to separate it, if I need to move the 18 away from the x, I'm dividing.
I get
So-
confused because when I see 18x, I think like 18 times what x. So then I think, divide.
Right. Okay. So think of it this way. Okay, your purpose, think of your purpose for a minute. Your purpose is to get x's together, right? So I'm moving the whole, I'm not separating the multiply. I'm moving the whole thing to the other side. So I don't want to separate 18 from x. I want it to be together. So together, I move it over by subtracting because technically I'm combining like terms by moving it over, right? So I'm not looking for x yet. I'm not dividing to get x by itself. I'm just moving the whole thing over. So when you move the whole thing over as a unit, you're adding or subtracting.
Okay. So then it would be negative, what, 12? No, negative 11. Yes.
Right. 12. X equals,
X.
and what does that equal?
60.
Now your goal is to get x, right? Now you want to separate that number from x. So when you separate that number from x, you're going to what?
Divide.
Exactly. So now you're taking and separating it. So now you're going to divide. Because now your goal is to get x by itself. But first the goal was to move it, right? So you add or subtract to move it. Then you want to get rid of that 12 from the x, so you divide it. I think it was negative 5. Is that what you guys got? Negative 5?
Okay, can we do another one just to see if I can do it all the way on my own? But one like that.
You got it, something like that. Yeah, that is the longest problem on the test. So that is the longest problem. So that's what you're gonna see. That's the hardest one of these. Okay, so whoops. Okay, let me make up one. Let's see. Well, let me find one. I want to come out right. Okay, so here we go. Ready? 25x is equal to 6 times 4x minus 9. I don't know how some of you guys concentrate while your kids around you. I was there. I have 4 kids. At one time, I had all my kids at home too.
Okay, so I got as far as simplifying it. So then that's where I get confused.
Okay, so what do you have
I
so
got
far?
25x equals 24x minus 54.
Beautiful. Okay, what's your goal? What is your goal right now? What do you want to do? What do you have to do? Not how to do it, but what do you have to do?
I don't know. That's why I'm confused.
Okay, you need you need X on one side. And so at this point, this is what you do. You have to get X on one side and your number is on another side. Or you get X on this
Okay.
side and your number on that side. It doesn't matter which way you go. The X has to be on one side and your number has to be on another side. So since this number is already there by itself, you're going to want to move X to the other side because you got X on both sides of the equation. You need to get them together on one side.
Okay. So then I would subtract 24.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Oh, okay.
And then did you get X equals negative 54?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, can we do one more? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go. There you go. Actually, hold on a second. I want to change it because I want to, this is from the book, but I need to change it for a second. Hold on. Don't do it yet. I'm going to change it. I know I want you to do something. That's why I'm changing. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to change that number. Make that 24. Yes, make that 24. How'd you do? Doing all right, Amanda?
I'm not done. Not done.
Okay, no. That's all right. We'll make sure you're all right. That's all.
And I know very well our. Well, you don't remember range.
Is it 1 equals X?
What's that?
Is it 1 equals X?
I can't hear it. Sorry. Something. I think my AirPod went out. Say it one more time.
Is it 1 equals X?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Get it?
Will you do the work? Will you do it so I can watch how you did it?
Yep. Okay. So I distribute. 18x, I distribute plus 6 is equal to 24x. Now, what did you do from here, Amanda? What was your next step?
Subtracted 18 from both sides.
You got it. So 6 is equal to, if you subtract them, you get 6x.
Yeah.
And then now, what'd you do?
Divide 6 on both
Right.
sides.
Because you want to get x, you want to get that 6 away from the x. So divide, x is equal to 1, or 1 is equal to x, whichever way you wrote it. That's it. You did it.
Okay.
You did it. You did it. You
I'm
did
still
it.
not 100% confident, but I feel a little.
I
more
know.
confident.
You did it. Now, Amanda, what I would do, a way to practice this is get a piece of paper, go back. I'm going to put the whiteboard up. You probably have notes anyway, right? So go back and write all these problems down that we did today on a piece of paper. Do them again without looking at anything. Come back
Okay.
and look. If you have a mistake, figure out what we should have done and ask yourself why. I think you'll understand that much more now.
Okay.
Okay. And if any
All right,
problems,
that's
just
what I'm gonna
email
do.
me. Okay. I would definitely do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Megan, you need anything?
Well, I'm just kind of not understanding the long problems, like the ones with the boxes and the words and.
I know. They're so confusing. Okay, so basically, let me go back to it. I forget what page it's on. This thing, right? This thing? Yes, it's very confusing. All right, so it's just a lot of words. So what I want you to do, what I want you to think of is, let me go to our page. We're gonna come back to it in a minute.
When I was taking the quiz, I think this is the one that I was messing up on the most, was this part of
This.
it.
Okay, so let me sort of go out away from all those words. So if is negative um negative 21. What would you do?
Well, I would plug in my -5.
Okay, do that. Do that. Plug in your -5. What'd you get?
Okay, so I got -21.
Okay, so what that whole box thing is saying is you're going to say yes, it's a solution. And then in that box, you're going to say what answer you got. When you put -5 in, on the, forget this side for a minute. On you put -5 in, you got -21. That's all you got to do. All right. So then let's say you didn't. Let's say I change this and I make it 4x minus 6 equals -21. Okay. So you would put, just like you would before, you're going to put the -5 in. Forget this side for a minute. I'm just going to simplify. -20 minus 6 equals -26. So you would say no for this one. And in the box, you're going to put that you got -26. That's what it's telling you. All those words are just, yes, I got -21. No, I got -26. Doesn't equal -21. That's all those boxes saying. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better, because when I was doing it, I was like, oh my God, I can't, my brain was not functioning during
A whole
this
bunch of
part.
people ask me the same question, and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of words for a little tiny thing. Is it the answer yes? What did you get? What this? Is the answer no? What did you get? This. That's all.
Okay, that's better. So when I do my work, can I just not write out the whole problem, just like the words and just the problem itself?
Just what I did right now.
Okay, I'll do
Just what I
that.
did right now. You don't have to write any of that stuff down. No, just write yes, and this is my number. That's it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. And if you get it wrong, like I said, I'm gonna check. I go to all the work, but I also look at especially the ones that you got wrong. And if I see that you did the work and you marked the wrong one, whatever, I can change it.
Okay.
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 Okay. Awesome, Megan.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hey, David, you want to look at the test, right? The quiz.
Yes, question number 28 says 17 plus -3, and I got 14, and I put 14 in there and said it was wrong.
Okay, so let me write this up. 17 plus -3, like that?
I don't know if that had the parentheses or not. I can't remember. It
It should be
probably did.
It should be 14.
That's what I got, and it said it was wrong and it counted against me, but I can't get back into the quiz. It won't let me.
Okay, let me see if I can bring it up. Let me see. I won't have to say numbers, but I can see because it generates new numbers every time you do it, but I can see what it's talking about. Let's see. Technology, How you feeling? Feeling better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling a lot better.
I can
Thank
tell
you
you
for.
you
I'm
lost some
hey,
weight.
I'm ready for the exam tomorrow. I'm ready.
Yay, good. Did you
Got
find your
all caught up
advisor?
last night on everything.
Are you you have any other classes besides this one?
No, I don't. I just thought I'd take a class, just to kind of keep occupied. I'm not, I'm retired, and I just talk to cats all day, and I thought I'd do a little math.
That's fine. Because then you don't have to worry about your counselor. I'm just taking those off as absent and making you here. So you're all caught up. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm ready for the exam tomorrow.
Good. I was so worried about you. I knew it's not
Yeah,
like you
well, I
disappeared.
mean, the whole thing is, doctors are supposed to be doing a biopsy on me, but they won't do it because I'm on anticoagulants. I don't know. I'm not trying to give you my health dossier, but
No, that's all right.
so I'm in this kind of deal. They say you got some stuff on your pancreas, but we can't do a biopsy because you're on blood thinners. And my cardiologist says we're not taking him off blood thinners. So there you go.
So they're just gonna do nothing?
I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. Every time I go to the doctor, they send me to another doctor, and that takes too much to get the appointment. And then you go to one to the other. So I just have to rely on my own wits sometimes.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know where you're from, but the Panhandle of Florida, everything here is complicated. Everything in the Panhandle is complicated.
I'm not from the Panhandle. I'm from New Jersey.
I love New Jersey.
Do you love New Jersey?
Oh, yes. My grandparents lived in Rhode Island because my dad was in the Navy and stuff. But New Jersey's got some of the best food in the world.
Oh, yeah. And it has really good doctors and all. I lived there my whole life. I've only been here for like a year and a half.
Well, you do know when you came down here, you should have taken your blinker signal completely out. You're not going to need that blinker anymore.
My God, they cannot drive down here. Oh my God. I thought New
Let me
Jersey
ask
was
you a
bad.
question.
Yeah.
You're probably the only person besides my wife that saw it, but did you like that hospital story?
Oh my gosh. I just died. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. it's you know what the really sad thing is that I know it's true.
Especially here it is.
Oh my gosh. I think I would have jumped somebody.
When somebody asks you, are you still an amputee, and they can see your stuff hanging there? And then everybody asked me how I lost it, and people thank me for my service. I was a veteran, but anyway, so I just
But
gave her an
still.
answer, and I said, I'm a leper.
That is just unbelievably funny.
You probably wrote that down.
Oh, I'm saving it. I'm framing it.
Well, thank you.
I'm telling you should write a story. You should write a book.
That's been discussed around the house.
That or comedian or something, because you definitely have a gift. Because even if that happened to me, I would never be able to relate that story like that. But I can picture everyone asking over and over and over, and no one's like helping you. Like I get it. Oh my gosh, so sad, isn't it? I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually open your test. I can open your test. I mean, your quiz. I forgot I could do that. Okay, your quiz. So
Hope
now,
I'm not
let's
holding
look.
you from lunch, Miss Garrett.
No, you're good. You're good. I am good. Okay, so that's that one. So I'm looking at your exact, I can see exactly what they gave you.
Missed 5. So, but there's another one. I know that's a lot, but there's another one here that once you look at is 30, and I keep going over it in my head, and I just can't get it to come out right. Or
Yeah, I have
they
everyone
said it
you
was
have
wrong.
now. Okay, so it says you put 15 in. That's what it says. It says you entered 15 and answered 14.
Okay, all right, fine. And then the other one, 30, is 5 plus 7, and in parentheses, W plus 3 plus W.
Okay, so that, where's my whiteboard? Here, let me scroll up. Okay, so I have it right here. 5 plus 7 times W plus 3 plus W. Okay, so you would do this part first. So you're going to distribute. So 5 plus 7W, 7 times 3 plus 21 plus W. You right so far?
Yes, I'm good so far.
Okay, now we're going to combine like terms. I always do my variables first. So 7W plus another W is 8W. And then I'm going to combine my numbers, and 5 plus 21 is 26.
I gotten 5W plus 26. Okay, I know what I did wrong now. It's just stupid mistakes.
All right, and I want to go back because I looked at the other ones you have wrong. And I think I might have fixed it in class because you weren't here to see it, but you have something like Z equals, it's number 1, -3, negative Z to the 4th, and you had to evaluate it. So when you do this problem, you're only allowed to substitute Z with -3. So see how I have the -3 to the 4th? All right,
Oh,
so
I
then,
don't see that yet. I'm still looking at the old problem on the whiteboard.
oh, you don't see it yet?
No, there we go. Scroll it up. Scroll up.
There we go. You see it now?
You need to scroll up just a hair more.
Yep. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so there it is. So then you have to, like I said, you got to think of this negative as like a -1. So then you're going to do, so -3 to the 4th means -3 times -3 times 3 times -3. You still hear me? My AirPods died.
Yes, I just have to push down on my
Yeah, I don't hear
Mom.
you now. Okay, hold on a second. I got to fix something because my AirPods just went out. If I can find it. No. I'm trying to find my, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Microphone. Oh, am I muted? Hold on. It says I'm muted.
No, I'm not muted. I
Am I
can hear
muted? Can you
you.
hear me?
I can hear you fine. I just have to push in my space.
I can't
bar
hear
to
you
talk.
though. I know it's my AirPods because that happens when they die.
3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And since it's 4, it's going to be a positive. Hush, Todd.
Okay, you might just have to like write in the chat. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't hear you.
Okay.
But okay, so -3 times -3 is 9 times -3 times -3. And that would be -27 times -3. And that would be, I don't know, 27 times 3 is 21, 81. Okay, that'd be positive 81, right? But I still have this negative. This is positive 81. So I have -1 times 81, which makes -81.
Okay, did I get it right? Just got the sign wrong, like positive or negative? Can you tell the answer?
Yeah, I can tell you. I tell you. 1 second. I hear you now. Yay. You put positive 81.
Yeah, that's where I mess up more than anything, those
Yeah.
negative signs. And
The
I didn't
difference,
know that.
yeah, the difference is if it was this negative z to the fourth, you would have been perfect. That's positive.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that now.
And the only other one I see, hold on. You have, okay, let's do this one. And can you see? Yes. Okay. We're on the same page. Okay. This one. 4 times 5 minus 8 squared minus 3 times 3 minus 8 squared. All right, try that one. Unless you want me to do it with you.
I remember this one. Hold on. I'll have your solution. Go ahead and we'll do it together.
Okay, so we're gonna do the parentheses first. So 4 is gonna stay. And then 5 minus 8 is -3. And I'm gonna square it. Minus 3. And then 3 minus 8 is -5. And I'm gonna square that too. Good so far?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do the squares, because like order of operations, exponents. So 4 times, okay, -3 times -3 is 9. Minus 3 times -5 times -5 is 25. There goes my voice. I can only talk so long that my voice goes, okay. 9 times 4 is 36. Minus 3 times 25 is 75. And then if I subtract them, which I'm going to do here by hand, I get 39.
Oh, whoa.
So-
Hold on. I got a question right here. You got
Go
that
ahead.
-3 in front of the 75, so it's but a positive 75, right?
No, it's negative.
Okay, all right.
Because- You're right.
I know why, because it's a -3 times the 25.
Exactly,
correct?
exactly. Because a minus is a negative. Exactly, exactly. And then you subtract them, get 39, but negative was with the 75, so it had to be -39.
Okay, I probably had something a lot different.
I think I actually think you added them. All right,
Yes, I
now,
probably did.
yeah, the last one you got wrong is right here, which is just like what we just talked about. So I'm not going to tell you the answer, and you're going to tell me the answer. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
It's small. -4 squared.
-16.
That's it. You put positive 16.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know about the when the negative thing up there is it's -1. So what you have to do is go ahead and do the exponent and then add the negative to it. No matter
Exactly,
what
exactly.
it is.
Exactly. But if I had this, that's different. That's -4 times -4.
That would be a positive 16 unless you had
Exactly.
another negative in front of it.
Yes, because you weren't here. That's why. Now, while you're here, I got to talk to you about the Unit 1 test.
Okay.
Because you didn't finish enough. Remember you lost your Wi-Fi? It had that storm.
Yeah, I remember that very well.
Yeah, sure you did. Your backyard, right?
I really am a leper.
Hey, that's why you grew the light back.
Like Job in the Bible or something, floods and bugs and locusts and all this other stuff.
Oh, anyway, you didn't get enough done, but you also didn't do well. And you also didn't have a chance to go back and look at it or anything else. So I made up for students that didn't do that great because the storm and everything, especially you, because you did not get enough done. I made up a redo and I had them do the redo. I am more than willing, because your grade wasn't that great. I'm more than willing. I just grade what you did, how many wrong versus how many you did. And it wasn't that great. And I know you know way more than what that grade is. So I can
make up a new redo and you can redo it sometime after the test, the unit 2 test if you want.
Man, that would be great. You don't understand how great that is.
Okay, okay, then that's what we're gonna do. So we'll get through the unit 2 tests. And then I'll make up a redo just for you for unit 1 test. It's gonna be smaller, like 30 questions. So it won't be like the big one I had before. And then you can just do it on your own time. I know you're not gonna use a calculator, and just send me the pictures of your work. And then I'll go through and I'll change that grade.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Okay, the leopard's gonna go eat. I'll talk to you later, Mrs. Garrett.
Go work on growing that leg back again. Okay, bye, David. Bye.